was still frozen to me. All right, we are live. We are live,
Yes, we
live,
are.
live. What? Hello, guys. It is Tuesday, March 19th, and we are Online Success Made Simple. If you don't know who we are, my name is Tikeja Wyatt from sunny Florida, and this is my co-host and co-founder, Daria Jackson-Legagneur from New
What's up, y'all?
York. Hey, hey,
What's
hey,
going on,
girl.
y'all? What is going
Yes,
on?
yes. And guys, we are super excited to have you guys on today because if you are ready to learn how to make some reels, we are here and we are going to introduce you guys momentarily to our guest trainer. And guys, if you are tuning in live, go ahead and hit hashtag live. Let us know where you're tuning in from because you know we love to see where you're tuning in from. Now, if you're tuning in a little later, go ahead and hit hashtag replay. Also, let us know where you're tuning in from because we know most of you guys are driving home right now and you'll be catching this at a later date. And hey, that's what it's all about, right? That's why we record it each and every Tuesday for you guys. Yeah, so we just wanted to say, look above, right? And you're going to see something that says streamyard.com/Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, depends on where you're watching us from, and you're going to click that, and it's going to give StreamYard and that platform permission to work together so that when you post a comment, it's going to look just like this, what Daria posted. We're going to be able to see your profile picture and your profile name along with your comment. And we do like to display the comments right here. So if you make a comment, just know that we will be displaying it, right? We like for you guys to be on display. If you're getting value, make sure that you put value in the chat, guys, and make sure you subscribe. What did I leave anything out, D?
One more thing. We would like to give a shout out to
All
those
right.
of you that are watching us on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on our Facebook page, and also our Facebook group. We want to say hello, and we are so glad that you are here with us this evening. So yeah, I think it's about that time to get this party started. As you see, we have a beautiful sister here with us today, and she is going to be sharing with us some insight on Instagram. And we talked about Instagram before, but we've never spoken about it in the way that it's going to be spoken today. We're going to be talking about, she's going to be sharing with us how to build our brand using
Hey, D.
Instagram
D.
Reels. But
D.
before our
Daria,
beautiful guest gets started, huh? You can't hear
can you
me?
hear me? You got a lot of background
Yeah.
noise. I'm like, I don't know if Willie in the back or what, but I'm
No,
like,
there's
you
no
might have
background
to
noise here.
tell it. Can you hear that?
No.
Carla, can you hear that?
I hear something, but it's not here because Willie
Seems
is
like it's a lot
nowhere
of
around.
background noise. I don't know if somebody TV on. It's a lot of
I
background
don't.
noise. Okay, now it was
Oh,
you. Okay, it was Carla. Okay, that's why she got a lot
oh,
of.
okay.
Yeah, I was like, I could barely
Oh,
hear what
okay.
she was saying. I was like, I don't know
Oh,
if it's just
wow.
you.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
sorry, guys. Sorry, guys, but
Yeah.
we're going to continue to get started. We have my beautiful cousin. Had to let y'all know that she is my cousin, and I'm super excited to learn from her this evening. And her name is Carla Denault. She is a social justice advocate and a servant leader. She currently serves as the inaugural executive director of Lebanon Cares Development Corporation, a Bedford Stuyvesant community based organization that is committed to uplifting the lives of African American community members in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So, those of you that are from Bed-Stuy, do or die, she's your girl. All right. She also works as a contract manager at the Fortune Society. She has worked in the nonprofit sector for over 9 years, y'all. Look how young she is. 9 years. She's already worked in the private sector. All right now. And with a specific passion for criminal justice and family and social service support. She brings a wealth of diverse experience to her work. She earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology from Spelman College, located in the ATL, y'all. She is also the co owner of Cakes by Carol Brooklyn. So when you come to Brooklyn, make sure you stop by and have some of their cakes, some of their cupcakes, their banana pudding, slamming. Just want to let y'all know that. Make sure you come through for that. She is a woman of both high character and intelligence, but also has an enormous heart. Very true. Carla is a believer in the strength of data and technology to empower individuals and communities and commits her time to teaching and providing technological support to young adults and senior citizens. That's why she's here, y'all. Carla currently serves as the financial secretary on the executive board of Mount Lebanon Baptist Church's Deacon Ministry. She is also the youngest to be ordained. So she is an amazing leader, y'all. She has been described by her colleagues as an agent for change. Carla currently resides in the BK, y'all, in Brooklyn, right near me. Brooklyn in the house, y'all. So I bring to you my beautiful cousin, Carla Deneau.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm so excited to be on here. Thank you so much to these beautiful ladies for inviting me to Live at 5. I was telling them, I was on LinkedIn one day. I said, oh my God, that's my family. Y'all doing it? It was a really cute webinar, and I think it's a great idea. People need as much information as they can in a technological world to learn about how to increase revenue online. So, I thank you both for doing this. People in our community especially really need it, but everyone at large. Technology has really taken over how we do work here, and it's important. So thank you again for having me.
You're
So as
welcome.
you heard from my bio, I do a lot of things, right? So I'm not just one trick pony. I'm really diverse. I love technology. I love data. My background is in data. I study sociology, which is people. So I think that really feeds into all of the work that I do here. So I try to just spread that throughout. So I am going to go through a short presentation that I prepared for our call today. And then we're actually going to go into Instagram and using the Reels function and what that looks like.
All right. All right. So let's do it.
Okay. I so apologize. I just want to ask someone if they could quiet down just a little bit because
Okay.
I hear
Okay.
any background noise, or is it
We
okay?
hear a little something.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while Carla has stepped away, take a few minutes to hit that share button and share this with your teammates. Share this with
Mhm.
your bold friends, your business partners, because this information that she's going to share today is very relevant. Reels are the deal. So you want to know how to do them effectively. So make sure you share this as before she gets started. And she's back, y'all. So she's about to bring it.
Thank you. So today our topic is going to be about building your brand on using Instagram Reels. I'm gonna wait for it. Yep, it's on the screen now. So I'm presenting this on behalf of a company I actually just founded last year. It's called the Faithful Creative Company. So it's really about helping entrepreneurs and brands launch their business and helping them conceptualize what their brand is and what their brand needs are.
I
Mhm.
love it.
So today we're going to be talking about three main topics, which is what is a brand? Because I think we hear the term brand a lot, but people don't really understand what it is. How to conceptualize your brand and common pitfalls to avoid. And then thirdly, doing a light introduction to Instagram Reels. So again, what is a brand? I know for myself as a business owner, I used to hear the word a lot, and I would do research and kind of like Everyone says this word brand, like, but what does it actually mean for me when I'm trying to launch a brand and create a new brand? We're very used to seeing common brand ideas like McDonald's, Google, Coca-Cola, Amazon, some of those that I have here on the website. So I think a lot of people initially about it as a logo and an idea, but it's really more than that. A brand is really the perception people have of you and your business. And it really encompasses what your values are for your business, what's the mission of your business, what's the personality and the customer experience that you want your customers to have. And in this example, think of Apple, right? That brand evokes sleek design, innovation, and a premium experience. It's trendy. They're always elevating themselves. Some of us we don't like the idea that they come out with a new iPhone every year, but they're trying to stay on trend with what the customer needs are. As we grow each year, we're refining ourselves. We're fine tuning ourselves. We're coming into like what our newness is as an individual, right? The same thing should be happening with your brand. Your brand should never be stagnant. It should be constantly evolving, but still staying like on the same page. And also, both of you ladies, if you guys have any questions throughout the way that you think would be helpful to the viewers, please stop me at any time and ask. Okay.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So brand examples. So these are two main brand examples that I've, supported with. So Cakes by Carol Brooklyn. That's my business along with my mother. We started our cake business about 8 years ago. So for us, we really went on this long journey of trying to come up with what the brand was. And it did start with creating the logo. We had about 3 logo designs prior to this one where we've settled now at the moment. But it was hard. It was hard to find the right designer. It was hard to help someone to envision what we are because again, we were looking for something modern, sleek, trendy, but also something that was refreshing and that would pick people's attention. So we settled on the color of pink. And then one of the designers that we chose, she came up with this rosette because that's one of my traditional design features on cakes. Like I pipe roses. So she was like, I love how you do that. So that's how this kind of rose. But with this brand, we've grown so much. So now I'm actually starting to incorporate just the rose, like on our hats that we purchase or on bags that we have. So because I want when people to see the rose, they know that that's Cakes by Carol Brooklyn off the rip. But it takes time. It takes time to figure out what is the message you're trying to send. We wanted something that was powerful and unique, but not overdone. We want something that can be replicated across different colors. So if we don't want to use pink one day, we can use black. We can use white. Let's say we're doing something for domestic violence awareness. Maybe we want to do purple. We wanted something that could transform as it's needed. And I really think we did that with this brand.
Very nice.
Yeah. And another thing about a brand is we're traditional, like Southern baked treats, really with like a New York classy flair to it. So we do traditional cakes, usually using buttercream. I don't really use fondant for the decor. We really want, does this taste good and look good? So we use like a lot of gold and a lot of glitz and a lot of glamour, but we're also not doing like, the 8-tier cake that has the fondant molding. Like that's not us. So we really wanted a logo that really spoke to that part of our brand. And I think we settled on something that worked for us.
Very much so.
On the right side is our logo for Mount Lebanon Baptist Church. That's my church. That's my family's church. Um, we are Daria. All of our grandparents grew up in that church.
Yep.
They went through a lot of brand changes over the year. So prior to me coming on board, they had like probably like a red and white around a cross, similar to what's here, but it was red and white. About 8, 9 years ago, prior to me being at the church, they transformed it to another purple logo, but it still wasn't standing out. It really was just like this purple white cross. And then once I started working there, I worked there for about 2 years. My pastor and I, we met with the designer and, we were trying to say, we like this design, but how do we make it flesh out? How do we make it more approachable? How do we make it so that we're in New York, but really we're still spiritual? The cross is our focus. How do we kind of bring it to life and elevate it? And the designer was able to do that by kind of facing some of the New York City landscape in the back of the purple. But the New York landscape is not going to overpower the cross, because the cross for this brand, even though it's a church, churches have brands. The cross is the focal point. And so that person was able to do that here for us. So he brought this logo to life. Um, I am going to stop sharing my screen just so you guys can also see the church website, because that took a big remodel as well. So like I said, we met with the designer, we met with the web developer, and we were really trying to work with them to say, hey, like, we're not just your traditional church on the corner. We have this pastor, he's young, he's innovative, he wants to bring all this life to the church. We want to show people, what are they doing at the Mount? What makes Mount Lebanon different from the other hundreds of churches in Brooklyn? And I think our website really speaks to that. So we had somebody come in, they did video, they showed like one of our services one day, they showed the beauty of the sanctuary. Our church is going to be 120 years next year, old next year. So it brings a lot of life into the community of Bedford Stuyvesant, and that's what you want your brand to do. That's what I was talking about earlier. You want your brand to showcase what is the mission and what are the values of our business or organization that we're trying to get to our customers. So just to show really quickly, but that's what you want to think about when you're talking about your brand. You want to get to the point. You want to elevate it in all of the different spaces. So we're really intentional about that, even with our designs. Because I think a lot of churches, especially churches that have been here around a long time, they're used to very traditional things. But we're in a modern world. We're in a technological world. People need to be able to get to Bible study online. People need to be able to go online and see, how do I get to the church? What page is it at on YouTube? What events do you have going on? So we really try to be intentional about that with our brand design, and that's with anything. And that's why I intentionally tried to showcase here two different opposite things. Like, that's a cake business on one side, and then you also have a church. So brand goes across whatever sector of work you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Very nice. Well done. You did that?
No, we have one of our members is a web designer. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So now that we've talked about
Ooh.
what a brand is and what are the things you want to do, how do you actually conceptualize what your brand is? And there's four main points of that. You have to first identify your target audience. Who is your business or organization serving? Who are you trying to reach? I think a lot of us, and I've struggled with this myself in my new business, trying to think about, I want to serve everybody, right? That's immediately what your thought is. I want this to get to anybody and everybody. But you
Yep.
do want to have like some type of focus. It doesn't need to be, especially like a certain zip code per se, but you need to have some type of focus to start with. And then as your brand grows and elevates, your audience will grow and elevate. The next thing you want to do is making sure you're defining your brand values. What are the principles that guide your business, right? So, for example, I'm going to use my own life. With Cakes by Carol, like I said, we like Southern-based treats, but something with a little glitz and glamour. So, someone who, uh, like I said, wants like a eight tier cake that's modeled like Jurassic Park, that's not me. That's not my mother. That's not our style. We're more concerned about the taste of it, and that it's presented and it's classy but simplistic. So that's not my customer. That's not our brand value. So those are the type of things that you want to think about. Even Mount Lebanon, right? Some people may say, "Oh, I want to be able to I want to be able to talk to my pastor 24/7. I want him to be accessible to me via text, phone call, DM." There's churches like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
My pastor, Sean, is Jerry Lee. That's not him. He's going to create buckets of time and space to be available to his user, but he's going to give that to you in advance. So that's part of like, what are the guidelines for your business? And then he's more so about like, I'm worried about someone's soul. I'm worried about someone, what do they need? What are they going through? How do we address any daily coincidences or problems that they're dealing with? So I think that's what you want to think about when you're doing your brand design, because your values immediately go into what you're conceptualizing as your brand. Crafting a unique brand voice. How are you going to communicate with your audience? exactly what I just said. So for Cakes by Carol Brooklyn, we communicate with our audience via Instagram. We also have a mailing list on our website. I'm actually in the midst of actually redesigning the website because we need something a little bit more simplistic. That's what you want to think about. These lovely ladies here, they're on every platform. They're on Facebook, they're on TikTok, they're on LinkedIn, they're on Instagram. That's how they want to communicate with their audience. I'm sure they also have like a mailing list, right? That's something that's really integral for you to define as early as you can when you're coming up with your brand idea. Last but not least, developing your visual identity. Like I said, a logo is very important, but a lot of brands kind of get stuck there. You don't want to get stuck in designing the logo. You do need something that's good, but you need to try. You need to throw something out, work with it for a while, because as you start to interact with your customers, you're going to say, you know what, I don't really like that. I think I need to change this. But the logo, the color scheme, the fonts that reflect their brand should not stop you from doing the work. That can change over time because, as I said earlier, it evolves. We evolve as people every day. We're not the person we were yesterday or 2 years ago. The same thing is going to happen with your brand. So don't get stuck at that, but you do need something just to kind of start off.
I love it. That is so true.
So let's go quickly into just what are some brand building mistakes that commonly happen, right? One thing I see is just a lack of clarity. A lot of brands, they try to be everything to everybody and they end up being so unclear that people can't understand what you're trying to do. And I'll use the ladies' business here, online success made simple. That makes sense to me. It's clear, it's concise. The goal of the brand is right there at the front door of it. And as long as they continue to envelope that in all the communication they have, their audience is always going to know. When you try to say like online success made simple, but we're also going to talk about how to best refinance your home and who the best contractors are and putting that all in one, that gets confusing to people. And then your audience doesn't really know what you're looking for. So those are the types of things that you want to. Inconsistent messaging goes right along with that. Mixed messages that confuse your audience and then dilute the brand. Once you kind of get an idea of what your brand is, you want to focus in on that and pop, I like to say, like, pop that type of content out. These are the things that I value. These are the things our business values. That's what your content should be mirroring. Another thing is ignoring your audience. Your audience is your customer base. So one perfect example that I'll use from my own life experience when we first started Kicks by Carol. I'm not a big Facebook fan, right? But we have a really big following on our Facebook page. It is very bad to ignore your audience and not respond to those messages. I remember one time there was a woman, she wanted to order 240 Hennessy, white Hennessy cupcake jars. I didn't go on the Facebook because I don't use Facebook. And by the time I went on to see it, she was like, "Hey, yeah, my event was 2 weeks ago." And that could have been a very big order for us. It is very important that you don't ignore your audience and that you're making sure that you're continuously staying in contact with them as much as possible. So even with your brand and with these social media platforms, there's all these different AI technologies now. I may not have to go on Facebook every day, but I can have the AI send me a message like, "Hey, somebody sent you a message," or that's the beauty in technology that you can get that initial admin assistance that you normally would give with the person. You can use AI to get that assistance in real time. But ignoring your audience, that's bad for business because once somebody feels ignored, why would they want to contribute? Why would they want to be your customer? How do they know you're going to be successful?
That is for sure. I know what that feels like. Been there, done that.
I know.
You
And it's
know it.
you learn over time. So that's the thing. That's the beauty in being an entrepreneur. You win some, you lose some. But I think what you guys here are doing and what I try to do is we're educating others so that they don't make those same mistakes because it just happens. We're all
Yes.
people.
Absolutely.
Last but not least is fad chasing. Following short-lived trends can damage your brand's long-term credibility. We can't do the fads and the trends that we see some of those bigger brands do, like Starbucks or, McDonald's or whatever it might be. And it's a little bit different than what you're going to see us go into about reels, but making sure that you're staying to the to the true integrity and intention of your brand is key and vital. Try not to forget that. You may want to pop on like a reels trend that you see happening, but you don't want to be, that shouldn't be the only thing you're doing. Like your own personal content should be mixed in that. You do need to kind of follow some of the trends you're seeing on Instagram or TikTok, because in the algorithm, the trends are what people see. But every video you post should not be only something that's a trend. Like your own content should always be mixed in between those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So,
And I
yes.
appreciate you coming on and reiterating the things that we tell our audience. And it's always good. It's like we say it all the time, but it's different when somebody else comes on and says it, just like your mom can tell you 5 times. Then
That's
your
it.
aunt says it one time and all of a sudden it clicks. So that's
You're
why
like,
we
Exactly.
love guest trainers. It's absolutely phenomenal for our audience to hear so many different voices saying the same thing in their own way. I love it. We love
Absolutely.
this.
It happens to the best of us. I know my mom done told me about 20 things and I keep doing it right.
That's
So
the way it happened.
that's the way it happens. So boosting brand effectiveness using Instagram Reels. So there's about five points that we want to try to make on today. I know we don't have a lot of time. But one is increasing reach and engagement. Reels have a higher visibility than static posts. People love video. People love video. People love seeing video. People love interacting. Video makes you feel like you're in the place and the space with the person. And it's not that you always have to use video, even if you can incorporate like different stills and maybe wording in between, that movement seems to draw people in and increase engagement. That's really important. And it's also good because it leads to storytelling power. Reels allow you to showcase your brand's personality and values in a creative way. You know, a lot of us get used to making like regular posts. I know it was very hard for me for a long time because like I'm like, but I posted a picture of it. Like, what's the big deal? But seeing the actual movement and interaction with how your product or just with what you're trying to explain to someone moves just gets to the customer a little bit differently. I'm sure it's different. People always say, but I'm not selling a product. I'm selling like, you know, a concept, or I'm selling classes or coursework. Even with that, when people see you actually communicating, it's very much different than reading two sentences. People like that. And that's where I feel like the reels really get its power. And again, trend jacking. That goes a little bit to what I just said. There is a little bit of not fad chasing, but you do have to be kind of constant or consistent in watching the trends. Use those trends though, to connect to a bigger audience. So that's what I was saying about every post you make shouldn't be a trend, but you do need to have some of the trends incorporated into your branding of content. So for example, Daria and I, Christmas, I think it was either, no, last year, we did my first like reel where we did like this dance with my niece and we had the dog. That was the most engagement that I had versus any other post that I had, was doing that
wow.
real dance. And yes, it has nothing to do with my business, it has nothing to do with me or what I post, but people like seeing that movement in action. And because it's something that's popular right now, the algorithm is showing that popular thing throughout, and it's getting to a bigger audience, so more people that aren't in my normal timeline are going to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Building
Right.
community. It will encourage interaction through comments, shares, and challenges. So, for example, like I hope the ladies take this video today and make it into a reel, and then people could say, "Oh yeah, you know, you ladies, you guys have been saying this for months." And then that way, once somebody comments that, they can then have that interaction with like, "Yes, you guys, we've been posting this for months. I'm glad you're picking it up." Or, you know, that interaction creates community and it creates vulnerability with your consumer, which is very important. And then last but not least, direct sales potential. You want to
Yes.
showcase the products or services in a captivating way. And with a lot of the new features with Instagram, you can actually possibly either get direct sales pushed faster to your website or into a shop. You have your product shop actually linked to your business page. So that's why the direct sales, it just immediately aligns with like what you already have going on.
Wow. I love these points. I never heard of
Mm.
trend jacking. I mean, but I knew what
Yeah.
it meant when I saw it. And that's something that I started doing last week with our page. So that's amazing. I was just trying different things. And, you're so right. You know, you have to do it. You got to mix it up. You got to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Don't keep it the same. People get bored like that. So, so yeah, yeah, we appreciate that. That was
Absolutely.
awesome. That was really awesome. So, guys, if you're getting value so far, put some fire emojis in the chat. Put the word value. Let us know that Carla has blessed you with some information you did not know, so that
Hmm.
we can keep her encouraged, so she can go on and bring us some more good eats, y'all. Because this is some good eats.
I know.
Yes, indeed.
This is
Woo.
some great eats. Thank you so far. That was awesome.
No problem.
Absolutely.
All
Now
right.
we're going to get into the fun part. I'm going to share my screen to Instagram. So
All right.
everybody take your notes.
Oh, I got my book
All
in
right
my
now.
hand.
Yep, you showed your notebook
Ooh.
earlier. Yep, you got your notebook ready to go.
Yeah, got my notebook. Wait, hold on, and then
Ooh.
we're gonna get this on the screen. Yes, this is the exciting part. You are right.
Yes, and
Right.
trust me, I'm
Yes,
not the
sir.
expert. The kids in our youth ministry and my family, they're teaching me, but I know a little bit. I know how to at least get everybody started.
All
Um,
right.
Hmm.
so, and I'll also preface this because we're doing the webinar. It looks a little bit different than what it might look like on your phone. If we have time, I'll try to see if the phone will show in my camera. But I'm logged in here through my actual desktop. So I've logged into Instagram. I can see some posts from different people.
Mm-hmm.
As you'll see, even here, this is a post that was made. So on the computer, if I want to create a reel, I'm going to go to this left-hand side and push create.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm on the computer, it's asking me to pull a video from the computer. So I pulled one up earlier just to make sure I was ready for you all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to press open. Let's see how long it takes to actually open.
Yeah, when you're streaming. Oh, okay.
Okay. Can you guys hear the audio?
Yes.
So this is from a focus group we did at work about technology needs. Oh yeah, I am in the background typing away. But so I have my video. So now the thing about reels is you want to try reels can be, I believe, as short as 30 seconds and then or 15 seconds, and then they can be as long as up to 90 seconds on certain accounts. I think it's 90 seconds. If you want to go longer than 90 seconds, it's best to post like a static video or do an Instagram live. But today we're talking about reels. So we're going to try to make a reel that's at least 90 seconds. So the first thing you have, and again, this looks a little bit different from the computer, is like it'll ask you if you need a cover photo. So
Mm-hmm.
this isn't the best feature for that individual. So I'm going to look for a more appropriate cover. Um, I try not to I try to catch someone of interest, or you just want to try to scan the video and see, look, Gigi, she had her picture posted. So, this is a good profile for her. So I think this makes for a more appropriate cover photo. But now I'm going to go into trim. So again, this video is about way too long. So we need something that's going to be closer to 90 seconds. So I'm going to look for something here. And I'm also going to try to scale this back a little bit. You want to gain advantage. That's number one. Maybe I could cut him out coughing. Cut that out. At least to learn some knowledge. So now I've trimmed my video down. I've got a good cover photo. The other cool thing about cover photos is, let's say I don't want to pull just a picture from the actual video I did. I can
Mm-hmm.
actually upload another picture to be my cover photo. You can
Mm.
also do this on your phone as well. But for today, let's say I want to put my logo, Faithful Creative, as the cover photo. We're gonna upload that and
difficult?
see if
Is
it comes
it
up.
difficult or not difficult? Is it for you to pay your internet bill every month, giving the other expenses you have?
Wow. So
You know,
you said something
is it
that I never really thought of. You said that you hope that we take this video and make it a reel. You know how many videos we have like this and we never made a reel? How many lives? We talking about 4 years, right, Tikeja? About 4 years?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You guys can take any video content you have. You can
Right.
get it like on your iPad, and now I'm learning your computer. I never even thought to use my computer until today
Mhm.
with you all. But you can
Uh-huh.
get it onto whatever computer, your iPad, your phone, and just upload it and then trim it down. And that's what you see a lot of popular people doing right now on the platform. They're making one big content dump and then they'll chop it up as needed on different platforms. So, for example, I follow a lot of different like women preachers or something. I'm just saying as an
Mhm.
example. What I
Mm,
notice is on their YouTube page, she'll have like a 15-minute video with the whole like sermonette, right? But then
right.
on her TikTok, they'll cut it down and they'll trim it down just to fit the guidelines within that profile. And then she may use that same video, but snip a different section of the video on Instagram Reels. So a lot of the people, that's how they're saving time. They'll do one big video dump, trim it down as needed, and then post it on the different platforms. That way you're hitting YouTube,
Wow.
Instagram, TikTok, all at the
Right.
same time. And LinkedIn. You can post videos on LinkedIn as well.
Wow. I hope you guys heard that. It's on and popping, right, T?
I'm telling you, like, oh, here we go.
Right?
All
So,
our short, like, there we go, right now. We have 1 million
right.
short. Haven't put them
Oh
up.
my God, 1 million. Oh my goodness. So this title here, is this what you uploaded?
Yeah, so that I uploaded my business logo as the cover photo. So let's say, and that's another trend you'll see as well. I see it actually a lot more with people who are therapists, coaches, people who aren't really selling like a specific product, and sometimes product too, but they'll put like either like a short message
Mhm.
about like what the video is about. So for example, as you know, my sister-in-law, she's a therapist. So
Right.
something that I'm also helping her with her branding style too. So instead of posting just the video that's 10 minutes long or 5 minutes long about, I'm just saying this for an example, healing from trauma informed, having a trauma informed approach to care,
Mhm.
for example. So instead of just going on a video and posting about it and people just listening to see what the topic is going to be about, she could actually go on Canva, make a really pretty floral background that's the size of the Instagram story. So a
Mhm.
rectangle that says healing from a trauma and informed approach. And then on your page, that's going to be your cover photo. And then you could just have different topics. So that's something me and her were talking about, putting cover photos on all of her reels. So that way people will go to the page and let's say they want to hear about a specific topic, they can just pick that and then they're watching the video more intentionally.
Wow.
You all could do the same. So the
Can
video
you
we're having today,
can
you
you go
guys,
to her profile and show us the example?
no, she didn't post it yet. We're doing it now.
Oh, okay.
Um, I'm trying to think of somebody offhand.
Wow, this is nice. I never even thought about it. So when you put the cover over it, it automatically um makes it transparent, or it focuses more on the title as opposed to the video, and then when they press the video then it'll play.
Exactly,
Wow.
exactly.
I
And we'll
never.
do this one together as an example, right? So I have my cover photo and
uh
it's translucent because I downloaded it from Canva with a
Right,
transparent background.
right,
Um, but if it was a solid, it would just be like a solid photo.
right, right.
And then I think the other thing is about captions, right? We've really evolved with different platforms over time. At one point, I did have a social media manager. Then she retired, but she hosts like social media boot camps twice a year. So one of my friends and I, we did the boot camp, and I learned so much from her. So something that we learned in the last 2 years is that basically the captions where you used to put like all of those hashtags in the caption, that's not really trendy anymore. Now you put a shorter caption or just a more intentional caption. It could be long, it could be 5 paragraphs, but it needs to be more intentional. And then if you want your captions or your hashtags, I mean, you put your hashtags as the first comment on your post. So for example, and I'm gonna quickly delete this because I'm posting from my cake business profile. But
Right.
let's say faithfully creating new things, right? How are you starting off the first day of spring?
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm saying the first day of spring, I'm gonna put like a spring emoji. I could find one. Like a flower, right? I'm not gonna put a location today. I'm not gonna do accessibility. And then they have different advanced settings. Do you want to hide the like and view counts on your post? And then do you want to turn off commenting?
Mm,
Typically for people, in business, we don't really want to turn off commenting because that's
right.
when you're getting that engagement. But if it's a
Mhm.
Right.
personal post, you may not want to have those. And sometimes you don't want people to see how many likes and views that you have. I don't really see the problem with it, but it's all about personal preference.
Right. Right.
In this left hand side, you also see the tag people button. It's very, very important to try to tag those who are involved, especially if you're co-creating on something. So if Daria is posting something about the online success made simple business, she should be always posting her partner, right? Because if she posts her partner, that means that it actually is going to be seen on both of your pages. So that's
Mm-hmm.
very important. So let's say I wanted to tag someone, I would tag them here, and then I'm going to press share. So now this is actually going to hit my feed um, of my business, and we'll see what the cover photo kind of looks like. And then I'll show you guys some other Instagram reels that we've done that have gotten really
Mm-hmm.
good feedback so far.
Okay.
But
This
I'm
is
glad to hear you guys
fantastic.
are learning some new things. It's exciting.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Why it can't be shared?
Probably because we're streaming.
Probably right. Okay.
Yeah.
So since we can't share, we'll go into like our actual Instagram.
Okay.
So for this is our Cakes by Carol business Instagram. We have 2001 followers. These are all naturally grown followers. We didn't pay for any followers. We didn't do any of that. These are really just people who are like interested in our business and our flow. So you see, as of most recently, I really try to always use the reels a little bit more because that engagement just looks a lot better using reels. And then for static posts, I'll usually use static posts for like actual imagery of like our menu or if we're trying to like get a message to the clients. These are also things that we would probably send to them via like our mailing list as well. But I always try to have that standalone page too. So actually, I'll open this reel. This reel was like one of our biggest reels. So
Yum
I just
yum
flipped the
yum.
switch.
while I wasn't following like a
I
trend
just
at the time, that actual audio was very popular. So it got
Mm,
a lot of hits. So I'll actually see how many views you're getting when you're
mhm.
on Instagram, you have to actually go to the Reels page and then that's where you can see more specifics. So
Gotcha.
if I go down to that actual post I just showed you all, that reel got 2,899 views.
Wow.
Nice. Wow.
That's
Partly
awesome.
because of the audio. The audio was very trendy, very popular. So
Mm,
even like we were talking about the trends, the trend jacking term, audio is really important too. So I always recommend to people if you're on Instagram swiping and you hear a sound that you may want to use later on, try to save that sound because
mm,
then you can go back and use the sound. And again, just like people are watching certain dances, people like listening to certain sounds. And this is the same on TikTok. You can find like right now there's a sound trending about like it's like a dance song. Like I think it's like uh I love the way you move it. And they do this dance and they're like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like
I
a
don't
trend
know.
right now. If I
Yeah.
actually touch the song, all I see are posts with people using that sound, thousands by the day. So
Wow.
whenever you see something, like when you see something 2, 3, 4, 5 times, save the sound and try to incorporate it. It's not that you go do the dance, but at least if you're using that sound, you know it's going to be seen by thousands of viewers. And that's on both
Yes.
Instagram and TikTok.
How do you save the sound?
Oh, let's see. Let me see if I can go to. So I'll go back really quick because I did that kind of fast. So my pastor just posted this late earlier. He
Mm-hmm.
used this mic floss sound. It didn't come on yet, but you actually click the name of the song and you click save audio.
Oh. And then
So
where do
as you
you
see,
get it from?
there's all these people using that same audio. 30,000 views, 50,000 views. That's
Wow.
when you see
Yeah.
something is trendy, right? And
Yeah.
then to get to that sound, you go to your profile.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it may not let me do it on here. Let me see if I can show from my phone.
Yeah, because I know you do this from your phone. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Everything. That's how I am. I do everything from my phone.
Can you schedule posts um from Instagram?
Not from Instagram, but there's a lot of different outside
Yes.
services
Okay.
that you can use. You
Okay.
can't do it from Instagram.
Okay. I was wondering
Um,
about that. Okay.
there's a couple of different platforms. Like there's one called like HubSpot.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I could share the list with you. I don't really use them anymore. For me, it just didn't make sense. I think there's also a way to schedule things from the back end of Facebook. It's called
Meta, right?
Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you can schedule from that
Yeah,
side as
from
well, but you
there.
can schedule
Yes.
within Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can.
Mm-hmm.
So can you all see my phone?
Not really.
No,
Oh,
because
No.
the background blocks
oh,
it.
the
Yeah,
Takes
because the background. Yeah.
Yeah, it
okay.
takes it out.
So yeah, so let's say if you were on your phone, you would click on this saved place here,
Mm-hmm.
and then or settings and privacy. There's gonna be a button that says saved.
Oh, okay.
And in that button, you'll see where you can have your posts that you save, but then also a box for audio saved.
Got you.
And then
Mm.
also while you're on your phone, when you're actually making the reel from the phone, that's when you can also, it'll ask, do you want to change your audio? So let's say that video I just had, that had audio attached to it because people were talking. I can always dub that audio and put an actual sound on top of it.
Mm,
And there's actually a way to make it so that you could hear the people talking and hear the sound at
Mm.
the same time. You can
right.
change the levels of the audio.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
You're gonna have me doing some stuff.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, here I can see it from the computer. It's just in a different place.
No, there it
So I
is.
can
Yeah.
saved from the desktop, and then that's that song that I just saved, that Crown instrumental.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Anytime I see a trending audio, I try to go ahead and save it,
Mm-hmm.
because I might use it, and I'm not like I said, it doesn't mean you're going to use the do the dance on on top of a cake or anything, but at least it increases the visibility of my post and my product or my service.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely play around with that. Thank you. Thank you.
absolutely.
Yep. If anybody has any questions, you can put your question in the comments because I am in the group. I can see. So and I will ask your question for you. But yeah, Carla, this was amazing. This was truly amazing. And we just thank you for coming and sharing. We hope one day you'll come back.
Absolutely. This is a pleasure.
Yes. And you were greatly appreciated. You got a bunch of fire emojis, a
Yeah.
bunch of hearts. Yeah. So it was definitely appreciated. And then I know that we're gonna have a bunch of people that are gonna come and watch the replay, and I can imagine how you have helped so many people with their brand and using Instagram, because it's a totally different world than Facebook.
Absolutely.
It's apples and oranges,
Absolutely.
even though they're owned by the same person, but it's just a totally different vibe. It's a totally different culture. So it does take a minute to get used to the culture, especially if you're coming from Facebook. So thank you again. And Tikeja and I, we will definitely go through those videos and make some reels out of those videos. Some 90 second.
Too many people.
We got so many videos.
Yes, that's what
Girl.
I want to see. I want to see you guys make your videos, make some cover
Yeah.
posts for those videos. If you guys have any questions, please let me know.
All right, so
Um,
wait, let me write it down. Look, she giving us homework, y'all. All
Oh
yes,
right,
yeah.
so
Oh
this is
yeah.
our homework. So she wants us to do
We made
90-second
cover
videos.
pages, cover
Title,
photos, and
well,
yeah.
cover photo.
yep,
Mhm.
Okay, and I already know what that's gonna be. And then it was one more thing. Oh, the audio, trending
the
audio.
audio. Yeah, try to see some of the trends you like. And then what's
Yes.
cool, even though you guys are in separate locations,
Mm-hmm.
there's always that thing where you can kind of it's called duo or something like that, where you
Mm-hmm.
guys could be doing the little dance routine together, but
Right.
in the same video. Like those are the type
Separate.
of things that you can do that's trend
Right,
jacking in the midst between the other content you're posting.
right. Is that the remix?
The remix. You could do the remix on
Remix.
Instagram. Yes.
I've been using that a lot, and just remixing professional development, especially like with Jim Rohn and Michelle Obama and Eric Rory and Myron Golden.
Mhm.
Remixed a few of their videos, and then what we did was put a little something on top of the video that
Mhm.
speaks to how it spoke to me, and then a little something in the caption. And I even said thank you to them, and did an at, to tag them in it.
Absolutely.
And that has brought us more followers. We noticed that we reached a lot more accounts that way.
Yeah.
And I was just,
Mhm.
playing around with it, because I heard somebody say it. So I said, oh, let me try it, and
Yeah.
remixing is so easy. You can
It
remix every day.
is. It is.
You can remix
Yep.
every day and then sprinkle your stuff in between.
Hmm.
Every day. I use the remix on TikTok. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start using it on IG because I use it on TikTok. I'm
I
like,
use
Yes.
TikTok too. And what I like about it, you don't always have to be in the video.
Exactly.
You can just
Exactly.
remix it and maybe put some GIFs on it. The moving GIFs, and that changes the video. Just that,
yes,
you know. And maybe you might want to add
yes,
some music to it, especially if someone is speaking. Like you just said, I didn't even think of that. Add some trending music. Yes, yes, Nasia. Thank you, Nasia. Nasia's like, yes, yes. Oh, Nasia's
yes.
on LinkedIn. All right. Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
That's what I love.
Well, yeah. So yeah,
Yes.
you
Super
brought it
excited.
today. Thank you for the slides. Thank you for the visual, the demonstration. We really, really appreciate you. And you did your thing, girl. You did that.
Thank you. And y'all are doing it, okay? I love the hats. I love the coordination. No, you guys have something really cool with the live at 5. So keep up the excellent work. So
Thank you.
proud of
Hey, Evelyn. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming. I know you let us know if you got value from
Yes,
this,
indeed.
Evelyn. You can put some fire emojis, some hearts. If you want to go the GBG route and put some diamonds, that's all good. We'll take it all. We take
you. We
it
love a
all.
Yeah,
diamond.
But yes,
absolutely.
yes, yes.
Take
Well
it
done
on.
for you, girl. Well done. And thank you. So we will do our homework, and we recommend you, the audience, do your homework too and share it in the group. That would be
Absolutely.
awesome. We can share our reels in the
Yeah.
group, our handles, in the group and follow each other and support each other, because that's what it's all about. All right. So
You
with
know.
that said, is there anything else, T?
Nope, I believe that's it. We'll see you guys, of course, next Tuesday at 5 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard
Yes,
Time.
that's
Boom.
right. Have an amazing
Me and my
evening. All right. Bye, all.
Bye. Thank you, Carla. We appreciate you. We'll see you soon.